Hello, this is Victor and I want to present the fifth video on the painting of Louen Leoncoeur. This time I'm going to talk about the painting of the rider. First of all, I have to say that I had some difficulties in the painting of this miniature. First, because it was difficult for me to distinguish some of the details, especially on the clothes, because we're not clear where one clothes is finishing and starting the next one. Another point is I had one color scheme on mine, then I realized that I will not have the right contrast between the base color of the clothes and the details, and I decided to change the color during the painting. So and now let's go and to explain the first step. So here I skip the picture when I applied Bada Black on all the armor plates, and after that I apply Rune Fang Steel. As usual, I always apply this type of silver metallic colors on top of black. Here another picture after applying Rune Fang Steel. And then I decide to apply yellow in some of the clothes, especially on the clothes that are covering the top part of the legs. But you will see later on that I will correct this, because the problem here is I use yellow for the clothes, then I will not have good contrast with the gold color that I want to use for the grail and for some of the details like the fleur-de-lis and other details that this miniature have. Then, as you can see in that picture, I decide to change the yellow by Racar Flesh. So I want to use white for the clothes, and I use this white to paint, or at this moment the base color is Racar Flesh, to paint the top part of the clothes and also the part of the legs. And then I use red, corn red, for the other clothes that are more on the back, and I will use the same color for the cloak that is covering the back of the rider. I also do corn red around on the area on where is the fleur-de-lis, in the middle of the miniature. Here another picture to show that I apply Racar Flesh, and the reason to go to Racar Flesh is because I was looking for better contrast with gold, and I want to use gold for all the details that these miniatures have on the torso. So it's not very clear maybe in that picture, but these miniatures have a lot of fleur-de-lis and other small details on the torso. So if I use yellow for the clothes and then gold for all these details, I will not have contrast. So the decision I take at the end is I go for a white on the clothes, and then I will use quite a dark golden or gold for the details. I apply null oil to do the shadings on the different armor plates. Then at the same time that the Bada Black was drying up, I decided to paint the fish that is hanging the ribs with Rune Fang Steel. And here what I want to show is I want to go for a good contrast with the white of the cloth. So I decide to apply Gehenna's gold, that is quite a dark gold, as the base. Later on I will do some highlights, and then I will keep the darker color at the bottom to have contrast with the white color of the clothes. I use Grave Hearth brown for some of the details that should be like leather, like the scarf of the sword and also the hang of the sword. Then in order to have a different brown, I use more frank brown for the small bags that the rider have on the belt. Here another picture after applying the brown colors. As you see here, it's not looking very nice at this stage, but my idea here was just try to identify the different details, and then I will go later on to fine-tune the painting and do better contrast and all the shading and highlights on the different parts. I use Rhinox hide for the belt. Then, looking in more details on the wrinkles, the direction of the clothes, I realized that it has different layers of clothes. So I decided to go for red on one of the layers and white in the others. And this is why the reason that now on the torso the top half is white and the bottom half is red, because these are supposed to be different clothes. It's very tricky to see sometimes where one clothes and the other is starting. This is where I have some hard time to on the painting. Then I did a first highlight on the white areas using Screaming Skull. Then I apply again Gehenna's Gold, because I realized that I missed some of the details the first time. And once I paint all these parts, I decide to do a wash using Agvax Airshade on all the red, white and golden parts, because I want to use the wash to have even better vision of the different details and know where one detail is starting and finishing. So doing a wash sometimes is helping a lot to find the limits of the different parts. And once the wash was completely dry, I used Racar Flash again on all the white parts to clean the wash, keeping the deeper the deeper slots with the dark wash. And now I apply Auric Armor Gold on all the golden parts, leaving the deeper parts with the darker colors. In that way I can have good contrast with the red and also with the white. As you can see, this miniature have a lot of small details all over the armor plates and the clothes. So at this point I continue with the white clothes, and I did a second highlight using Palette Witch Flesh. And I did a third highlight on the clothes, now using white scar. So for me the best way to do white is not painting white from the beginning. So you start with a creamy color or bluish color, and then you finalize with white. Here I also want to show that I also clean the wash using first Con Red on all the different wrinkles and different parts of the clothes, and then I highlight with Blood Red. Once the main body of the rider is done, I start also working on the helmet. For the helmet, I apply first a Screaming Skull on this small lion. After that, I paint with Con Red and using exactly the same technique, so Con Red, and then I will do a wash with Agvax Airshade and a highlights on this small piece of clothes that the lion have. And then the crow and the small details, I paint them directly with Auric Armor Gold. The sword will be painted also using Runefang steel. Here a picture from the other side. On this small lion, I apply a wash of Seraphim Sepia, and I apply same wash on the golden parts of the details of the helmet. This is a picture from the other side after applying the Seraphim Sepia wash. And this is how it's looking from the back. So again, the red is, I always follow more or less the same process on all the red on that miniature. So first I apply Con Red as a base color, wash of Agvax Airshade, then I clean the wash with Con Red again, and I do a highlight with Blood Red. I didn't want to use any orange because I want to keep a pure red color for the clothes. As in the armor plate, I use a little bit of Nun oil also on the sword of this small lion. Then I decide to do highlights on the golden details, and I will use a mixture of Runefang steel with Auric Armor Gold. as in the case of the painting yoga on the hippogriff, I do the mixture here, and I will keep areas with more silver and areas more gold, and I will adapt the color depending on the needs and depending how I see the contours on the miniature. So, and at this point, I consider the main part of the rider was done, and I wanted to glue it on the hippogriff before continuing with some more small details. And then I will also do the other parts that are the two arms and the cloak that is not in that video. So here a front view how it's looking like after doing all the different highlights. So now it's looking much less messy than the beginning. And that's all for this video. Next one I will show you how I paint the different details, and I will go to put all the different parts together. And then will be another final video where I will focus on the paint on the partner. So I hope you have liked this video. Please like if you like it, comment, and thanks a lot for watching. See you again later. Bye.